I'm gonna sign back in. Excuse me. Oh. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2 a.m. initial appearance calendar for October 6th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. If I can get started with Calvin Steinmark to come to the podium, and then if I can have Michael McMurray take a seat next to the door, have a seat next to the median door there. Calvin Steinmark.
Calvin? Yeah. I think that's what I put in my notes. Calvin, come on. Calvin. You should be in here. Use the first one on the bottom like that. Yeah, no, it's Good second, you're sleeping. Got quiet, you didn't hear.
Do we need to skip him? I can.
No, he's right here, he's just taking long to get up. Then that's a check.
And then Michael McMurray to the door, or to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Calvin Steinmark, 10/14/1987.
All right, thank you very much. Sir, you are here on two different matters. The first is a new case stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed 4 different counts of burglary in the second degree. I have found probable cause to exist as to all 4 counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is October 13th. October 13th, that's going to be a status conference at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, also at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. Both matters will be in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the court has reviewed and considered the submissions provided thus far in the Form 4 and has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000 for this matter. This is a secured appearance bond. If you are able to post the bond in question, you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims. You are also to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. That is your first matter, number 6 on the calendar. Number 8 on the calendar is a probation violation warrant from the Superior Court, Maricopa County Superior Court, for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you there as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. As to that matter, it is alleged that you have committed what is known as a Term 1 violation because of the new pending matter. Term 1 in everybody's probation is that they not commit new offenses while on probation. And it is alleged that you have committed a new offense in the matter that I just talked about briefly, just previously. Your release conditions in your probation matter is a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So in total, your total secured appearance bonds are $5,500. I'm not going to, there are other release conditions should you be able to post these bonds. I'm not going to go over all of them with you. However, you are going to get a copy of everything in the paperwork, all my orders in the paperwork you're about to receive, including the fact that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. If I could have you step to your left, you're going to get a copy of all the paperwork that I just talked about. Thank you very much. Michael McMurray, and if I can have Shane Griffiths come to the chair next to the door. Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Michael Barry McMurray, 7/19/1988.
Thank you very much. Mr. McMurray, you are here on a new matter. It is 1 count of theft of means of transportation and 1 count of disobeying a court order. The first one is a felony. The second count that I talked about is a misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, 1 second. Okay. As to your release conditions, the court has imposed a $5,000 secured appearance bond. $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to post that bond, there are some additional conditions that you must abide by. Those include the fact that you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims in this matter. You are also going to be equipped with an electronic monitoring device as well, and release to pretrial services should you be able to post your bond. The electronic monitoring device will be installed prior to you being released, and then you must contact pretrial services for you to arrange further terms of your release, including a possible curfew that is going to be determined by the pretrial services. There is one other. I may have to reprint this. If there are any orders of protection against you, you must abide by all those orders. That's an additional term of your release conditions. There are additional terms that I have not gone over regarding your release conditions. You're going to get a copy of all of them in the paperwork here shortly. Okay, I signed it. If I could have you step to your left, your paperwork will follow. I had to reprint his. Shane Griffiths to the podium. Thank you. And if I can have Joseph Garcia come to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Shane Stanley Robert Griffiths, 3690.
Thank you very much. You are here on two matters. The first is number 3 on the calendar. It is a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15 of your probation. A previous, let's see here. No, as to your release conditions, the court has imposed a bond, a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. $250 secured appearance bonds. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by should you be able to post a bond. I'm not going to go over all of them with you. You're going to get a copy of everything here momentarily, but they do include that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Your second matter is number 4 in the calendar. It's also a probation violation warrant out of the Superior Court for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you there as well. Your next court date is the same as your previous matter. It is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. In this matter, it is alleged that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, 13, and 15. As to this matter as well, your release conditions include a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So $250 for your first matter, $250 secured appearance bond, total $500 secured appearance for both matters. Again, additional release conditions apply should you be able to post your bond, including the order from the court that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. A copy of all of your release conditions you're about to receive here shortly. If I can have you step to your left. Thank you. Joseph Garcia.
Yeah.
And if I could have Christopher Mattel come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Joseph Manuel Garcia, 0406-1983.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. Okay. It is for one count of a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is October 13th at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that you have violated term 3 of your probation. A previous judicial officer, not me, reviewed your case and assigned a bond in the amount of $250 for your matter. I am going to affirm that bond amount. So your release conditions include a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you are going to get a copy of everything here momentarily, including the fact that you have to contact your probation officer here within 72 hours if you are able to post your bond. If I could have you step to your left, you're going to receive a copy of your paper. Christopher Mattel. And if I can have Dwayne Jones come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Can I get you to give me your full name and date of birth, please?
Christopher Ward Middle, 2/21/1992.
2/21/22?
2/21/1992.
Middle. I'm sorry if sorry that I mispronounced your name. All right, sir, you are here on an FTA bench warrant, failure to appear bench warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you, although there may be one already that's appointed to represent, or that you may already have an attorney representing you. In case that attorney is not around or not available, my orders are also that one be appointed. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the Downtown Superior Court. Your previous bond amount in this matter that you had posted, which was forfeited, by the way, was $250. So what the court is going to do is it's going to impose a bond in the amount of $500. Secured appearance to secure your appearance for the next court date. Should you be able to post your bond, your next court, there are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them. You're going to get a copy of all of my orders here momentarily, including the court's order that you contact the probation department within 72 hours of your release. Your second matter is number 16 on the calendar. It's also a failure to appear bench warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the Downtown Superior Court. Their release conditions imposed by the court include a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So $500 for your previous matter, $500 secured appearance bond for this matter. There are, again, release conditions that apply should you be able to post your bond. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you're going to get a copy of everything here momentarily. If I can have you step to your left.
Thank you.
Dwayne Jones. And if I can have Jeremiah Ojeda, O-J-E-D-A, come to the podium next to the door, please. Sir, could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Dwayne Jones, June 13, 1957.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here for a probation violation matter out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is October 13th at 8:30 a.m. And that's going to be a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. The court, in terms of your release conditions, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. $250 secured appearance bond. If you are able to post that bond, additional release conditions apply. A copy of all of which I'm not going to go over everything, but a copy of all of which you're going to get here momentarily. If I can have you step to your left.
I want to ask you, Your Honor, I got violated because I didn't call her, I didn't show up. That's what I thought it was.
I believe so the allegation against you is the fact that you did not report in July of this year, in August of this year, or September of this year. They attempted to locate you by phone. They went to your residence. They reviewed booking records.
I was in the hospital.
For the last 4 months?
No, I was in the hospital, and she came to see me last month. Because I'm homeless. When I got out of the hospital, I was homeless.
The adult probation officer also indicated that she didn't know where you were since July 24th of this year. So I don't know when she came to the hospital or when you had last.
No, she came CBS because I didn't have a place to stay. So she met me down there at CBS.
Correct. So based on what she's telling me, I gotta, I looked at the information she provided. So based on her information, that's why the bond is what it is. You'll have a chance to address another judge, not me. You'll have a chance to talk to the next judge in about,
And you get a chance to make I get a chance to make bond when I leave here.
$250.
$250.
Secured appearance. So the officers are going to provide you, if you need it, the officers are going to provide you with a list of bond companies. From what I understand, the way that they work is that you have to put a certain amount down. Usually it's 10%. And then from there, they will, effectuate your release. But they'll be giving you that information here shortly as you go to the back. If I could have you step to your left so you get a copy of your paperwork. Jeremiah Ojeda? And I apologize if I've mispronounced your name.
Fine.
What is your full name?
Jeremiah Ojeda, 12/24/2005.
Thank you very much. I got it the very last time. Sir, you are here on a new case from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for one count of criminal trespass in the first degree. It's a Class 5 felony. I have found probable cause to exist that you did commit the offense alleged. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on October 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. Now, one of the things that the court has taken into consideration is the lack of felony history that you have. So that tells me that you are more inclined to follow through on this court matter and your next court dates. If I release you on your own recognizance here today, do you promise me, the court, that you are going to show up at your next court date on October 21st?
Yes, sir, I promise.
Okay, then I'm going to order you be released on your own recognizance here today with your promise that you show up on October 21st, downtown Superior Court at 8:30 and move the matter from there. All right,
Thank you.
if you step to your left, one second. There are additional release conditions that you're going to have to abide by. You can't go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims. The rest of your release conditions, I'm not going to go over, but you're going to get a copy of a whole list of stuff of my orders here momentarily. Thank you very much. Now,
Thank
step
you.
to your left. Thank you. Francisco Garcia Trujillo, come to the podium, please. And if I can have Jess Rodriguez. Good morning, sir. Can you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Francisco Javier Garcia Trujillo, 11/25/88.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here on a new matter. It is a municipal court matter out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. It is for one count of racing or exhibition of speed. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist that you have committed this offense. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to reprint this. This is out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. Given the nature of this offense, not just you, anybody charged with this kind of offense out of a municipal court is not entitled to have court-appointed counsel provided to them. However, you can hire an attorney, a private attorney at your own expense if you wish to do so. Your next court date, if I haven't already said so, I did find probable cause to exist as to this matter. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 22nd at 1 p.m., again, in the Goodyear Municipal Court. Again, I'm looking, this is just the one-off here. Oops. Did it reprint?
I don't see, you left it out. There you go.
Okay. All right. Given the nature of the offense, I wasn't able to see much, anything in terms of criminal history. Given the nature of the offense, if you promise the court that you will appear on October 22nd at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court, the address of which is going to be provided to you here in the paperwork you're about to receive, I will release you on your own recognizance here today. Do you promise to appear in Goodyear?
I do, but I also have a question in regards to the matter. That's okay?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
If I were to need to reschedule that, is there a possibility at all? I do have a previous scheduled trip.
It is a little while away, so October 22nd. So what you would have to do as soon as you get out of here today, first thing tomorrow morning, they open up at 8 o'clock, Goodyear Municipal, start calling them and talk to someone about continuing or rescheduling your matter. That's the date that they gave us for their availability, but if you go there or call them, or even going there in person carries a lot of weight. You put in a motion, and if you put in a motion to continue or reschedule, I'm sure the judge there will consider it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. You're going to get a copy of all my release conditions. I haven't gone over everything. You're going to get a copy of all that here momentarily as you step to your left. Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Jess Rodriguez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And if I could have James Tomzak come to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Again,
Good morning, Your Honor.
Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Jess Rodriguez, Jr., July 26, 1971, Your Honor.
26, 1970. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So there's a junior as part of your name?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to let the record reflect that there's a junior, a suffix, and I'm going to save it in the court's file. All right. Here we go. Let's get back to your case. Sir, you are here on a new matter. It is a justice court matter out of the Agua Fria Justice Court. It is for one count of reckless driving. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to that offense. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 27th. That's a ways away. October 27th at 10:30 a.m. in the Agua Fria Justice Court. As to your release conditions, I'm not seeing much by way of any kind of prior.
Haven't had a ticket or any driving over 10 years, sir. Your Honor.
That carries a lot of weight.
Yes.
With the court. So, as to this matter, if you promise me, the court, I should say, if you promise the court that you will appear on October 27th at 10:30 a.m. in the Justice Court, you're going to get all the information here momentarily, along with other release conditions I'm not going to go over, but you can, they'll be included in your paperwork. I will release you on your own recognizance.
I promise you and the court, sir. Your Honor.
Perfect. Then I'm going to order you be released in your own recognizance. You're going to get a copy of all your paperwork here momentarily. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, thank you so much. Good morning to you.
You too. James Tomzak? And I'm sorry.
Say Tomzak or Tomchek?
Tomchek. Okay.
Purple.
I had one of them. All right. Sir, give me your full name and date of birth, please.
James Leo Tomzak, 06/02/1978.
Thank you very much. You're here on a new matter today. It stems from the Encanto Justice Court. I'm not going to do that. All right. They're alleging, the allegation against you is 4 different counts of DUI. The first count is, all of them are class 1 misdemeanors. The first one is DUI to the slightest degree. The second one is 08 or higher. The third count or allegation is 15 to 20. And then your fourth allegation is 20 or more. Here's.
So it's 4 different charges for the same thing?
Yes,
Okay,
just charged different ways.
I'm just understanding. Sorry.
Again, the different threshold amounts as to the different DUI, the DUIs come in, regular DUI, extreme, and then super extreme.
Okay.
So you're charged in those ways, and then DUI to the slightest degree.
Gotcha.
Given what I saw in the Form 4, which is the preliminary paperwork provided to the court by law enforcement, I don't see any, I didn't find probable cause as to 3 out of those 4 counts. Now, that doesn't mean that everything's dismissed or
Right.
out of everything. I did find probable cause as to 1 count, impaired to the slightest degree, but not to the 08 or higher. I didn't see anything that indicated a blood alcohol concentration or BAC in those amounts. So I found no probable cause as to those, as to 08 or higher, 15 or higher, 20 or higher. Again, that doesn't mean it's dismissed. You still have a next court date coming up. It's just here at this level, I couldn't find it. That doesn't mean they won't find it later or how they're going to proceed later. So, with that said, I did find probable cause as to the A1 charge, which is impairment to the slightest degree. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing in the Encanto Justice Court. That's going to be on October 23rd, 2025 at 1:30 p.m.
Okay.
Let me just double check something here into your criminal history.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because I didn't find 3 out of those 4. I didn't find PC 4. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance here today, as long as you promise the court that you will appear on October 23rd at 1:30 p.m. in Encanto.
Yes, sir.
Okay. With that, I'm going to order you released on your own recognizance. There are additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but they are going to all be listed in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you. Curtis Johnson. And then if I could have Edwin Rojas come to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Curtis Maxwell Johnson, 03/1891.
Okay. Sir, you are here because of a justice court warrant for a matter that happened back in November of last year.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if you had notice of that matter at all. I'm inclined, don't talk me out of something, because I'm inclined to believe that you didn't have notice of that hearing. Now you do, of this matter, I should say. Now you do. I did find, I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 21st at 9 a.m., and that's going to be in the Santan Justice Court, the address of which you're going to receive here momentarily, because of my belief that, maybe you didn't have notice of this matter and that it was just it somehow missed you, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance here today, as long as you promise to appear on October 21st.
I do promise.
Okay. Then I'm going to order you released on your own recognizance. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them. You're going to get a copy of everything in the paperwork here shortly. If I can have you step to your left. Thank you very much. Curtis Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Edwin Rojas, 41090.
I'm sorry, Curtis. I'm sorry, Edwin Rojas. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, sir.
Looking at the. Now it's populated. Okay. Give me one. All right. Sir, you are, give me your full name and date of birth again.
Edwin Rojas, 41090.
Thank you very much. You are here on a new case out of the Arrowhead Justice Court. The case stems back. The case stems back to August of 2024. Yeah. It is for a disorderly conduct and a failure to appear. Okay, what I'm looking at here is the judicial officer. You know, the judicial officer at that point. This was pre-adjudication. So, did you just fail? Why isn't this? It's not adding up. Hold on.
Sorry.
All right. Can I? So on Mr. Rojas' case number 22, I see the new charges, the reckless driving, and then there's a warrant for something else. In West Mesa. So you have a case out of Arrowhead Justice Court, but there's also a warrant. Are you being held on anything else here today?
No, it's just that the Mesa one. I think that was years back, but I appeared to court and I paid the amount that they told me to pay. Yeah, that one was paid for. They gave me a payment plan on that one. Yeah, that one that I'm aware of, that one was taken care of.
All right.
I think we should disregard the warrant. It's just a new case.
Okay.
And the warrant was right after.
So here's what I'm going to reprint this. Here's what I'm inclined to do, because you do have a new case. It's one count of reckless driving, one count of resisting arrest. Both of those are Class 1 misdemeanors. I did found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is an arraignment on October 9th. That's going to be, hold on. That's going to be, that's going to be an arraignment, still going to be an arraignment, on October 21st at 2 p.m. On this case, for the reckless driving, the resisting arrest, both as misdemeanors, I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. Here's the only issue that I can see. I'm going to be releasing you as long as you promise to me that you're going to show up. Which I'm going to take as a yes. I'm going to be releasing you on this case. I see a warrant out in the world. It may or may not exist. So on your way out, if they stop you for that other warrant in that other court, then you may have to come back and see me on that one as well.
Okay.
But on this case, I am releasing you on your own recognizance. There are additional release conditions that you're going to have to abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but it's going to be all in the paperwork that you're about to receive. Thank you very much. If I could have you step to your left.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Let's go sit out there, I'll bring it to you.
If I could have Felix Hernandez come to the podium. Okay. Good morning to the interpreter. This is Commissioner John Agra. Could I have you announce, please?
Hello, this is Gabriela, Spanish interpreter, 56224200.
Thank you very much. I have the defendant in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Sir, could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Por favor, ¿podría darme su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento?
Sí, mi nombre es Félix Hernández Nieto. Mi fecha de nacimiento es 14 de enero de 1975.
My name is Felix Hernandez Nieto. Date of birth, January 14th, 1973.
Did you say 1973?
75.
Oh,
Disculpe, 1973, 75, sorry.
Okay. Sir, you are here because of a justice court warrant.
De acuerdo, pues hoy está aquí porque le han puesto una orden judicial.
For a matter that happened back in December of last year.
Por un asunto que ocurrió en diciembre del año pasado.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter.
Le he puesto un abogado para que pueda defenderle en este caso.
Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 9th.
Su próxima corte será una audiencia el 9 de octubre.
That's going to be at 8:30 a.m. in the Moon Valley Justice Court.
Y será a las 8:30 en la corte de Moon Valley.
As to your release conditions,
sus condiciones de libertad son:
the judge in the Moon Valley Justice Court issued a bond in the amount, a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500, and I am affirming that bond.
El juez de Moon Valley le ha puesto una fianza de $500 y yo mismo estoy confirmando esta fianza.
So in order for you to be released, you have to post that secured appearance bond in the amount of $500.
Entonces, para su puesta en libertad tendría que poner esta cantidad de fianza de $500.
There are some additional release conditions that you have to abide by should you be able to post the bond.
También hay otras condiciones de puesta en libertad aparte de esta fianza.
You are not to initiate contact with the arresting officers.
No puede tener contacto con los oficiales que le detuvieron.
You are not to possess drugs without a valid prescription.
No puede poseer medicamentos o drogas sin una receta válida.
You're not to consume or possess any alcohol.
No puede consumir ni poseer ningún alcohol.
And you are not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Y no puede conducir una motocicleta sin una licencia de conducir válida.
You're going to get a copy of all of these court orders as part of your paperwork that you're going to be receiving momentarily.
Va a recibir una copia de todas estas órdenes impuestas por el juzgado junto a toda su documentación.
If I could have you step to your left, please. Thank you.
Si puede salir, por favor.
All right, I believe, Madam Interpreter, I think that is the only interpreter matter that we have. There's everyone else, there's no one else in the gallery, or else I'd have you announce. So I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I will disconnect from the call then. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so the other matters are, all other matters are not present. My officer, my guess is that is because they're either a danger to themselves or others. The officer nodded, so as to number 9 on the calendar, Carmelo Henry. He's here on a new case, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of sexual abuse, 1 count of resisting arrest, 1 count of assault as a misdemeanor, and 1 count of obstruction, refusing to give his true name. That's a class 2 misdemeanor. All others are felonies. I have found probable cause to exist as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent him, and his next court date is October 13th. October 13th at 8:30 a.m. That's a status conference followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, also at 8:30 a.m., both matters in the Downtown Superior Court. The court is inclined to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000, along with electronic monitoring should he be able to post that bond. The electronic monitoring must be installed prior to his release from jail. There are other release conditions, including not to return to the scene of the crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. The next case is number 7 on the calendar, Aaliyah Neblina. This person is here for a new matter out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for 1 count of arson and 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree. 2 counts of arson and 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree. I did find probable cause to exist as to all 3 counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent her. Her next court date is a status conference on October 13th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, also at 8:30 a.m., both in the Downtown Superior Court. As to her release conditions, the court is inclined to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000, along with terms that she not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, amongst others. The next case is number 5 on the calendar, Gilbert Nunez Jr. It is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for 1 count of burglary, 1 count of escape, 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor as a misdemeanor, 1 count of theft as a misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal trespass, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct, all 3 as misdemeanors. I did find probable cause to exist as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a status conference on October 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the Downtown Superior Court. As to his release conditions, the court is inclined to release him to supervised release, pretrial services, supervision to include alcohol testing and monitoring. Other release conditions include not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the victim, amongst others. Next matter on the calendar is number 10, Christine Day. She has two matters. Number 10 is the first. It's a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent her. Her next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. It is alleged that she violated terms 3 and 5 of her probation. The court is inclined to impose a $250 bond in this matter. As to number 11, also for Christine Day is number 10, the previous matter and current matter of number 11 on the calendar. It's also a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent her. Her next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that she violated terms 3 and 5 of her probation. The court is inclined to impose a $250 bond as to that matter as well. And finally, her third matter, number 12 on the calendar, Christine Day, is also a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent her. Her next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. It is alleged that she has violated terms 3, 5, and 4 of her probation. The court is inclined to impose a $250 bond there as well. Next is number 13 on the calendar, Nicole Yanaki, or Yanachi. It is alleged that it is a new matter stemming from the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that she committed 2 counts of threatening and intimidating, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and all Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of aggravated harassment, a Class 5 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent her. Her next court date is a status conference on October 10th. At 8:30 a.m., followed by an evidentiary hearing on October 13th at 1:30 p.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30 a.m., all 3 in the downtown Superior Court. As to her release conditions, the court is inclined to hold her non-bondable as she was on felony release in another matter. Finally, David Keller, number 23 on the calendar, is here on a Justice Court warrant out of the West Mesa Justice Court for 1 count of disorderly conduct and 1 FTA, both misdemeanors. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 9th at 8:30 a.m. in the West Mesa Justice Court. As to his release conditions, the court is inclined to impose a $500 secured appearance bond. Should my inclinations change after I visit each and every single one of these individuals in custody, I will reflect that change in a separate writing rather than get back on and I will not get back on record to as to this hearing. With that said, this concludes the 2 a.m. Initial appearance calendar.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna get really in here. Probably. Most likely. We got to do 31 hours. Well, we did not done it. Imagine we got 31 hours. You might say, leave this today. Well, this day I went home. Probably. Yeah, but he'll use mine. My vacation, you clock in, if I didn't clock out. That's the thing, but when I look at this shit right here, it's giving me, it when, last week's not part of this, paycheck. Oh, so that's the 2 weeks before last week. Oh. So then they probably did it. They probably gave the time for me to clock out, because they can't keep like doing the rest of the time vacation time you were here. I didn't clock out. I just clocked in. So when you let me get clocked out? No. Yeah. Oh, I'm in clock out. I'll check you back. Oh, I'm in clock over. Yeah, they probably just like look at the cameras and left. Yeah. You never had to work to get like to make up that you have to work extra day. No, I came here early. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. 4 hours. That's all I just have to do. 1 more 4 hours. You can get in about an hour. See, 8 hours. I didn't know I did extra 3 hours. And they know when, how? I have no idea, bro. No. So if I do get 112, 112 hours, yeah. I was at the bus overtime, so I have to. What are they telling us on the place? I'm just 16 days. Because the lawyer said he wants 700. Okay. No. Thing. No, it's not. I was like, cool. So I'll give him stuff on this paycheck. The 88 hours, that's about a $2,700 check. Well, yeah. What's your pay rate? How much you make an hour? 30? Yeah. Without all the incentives? With everything is like 31, some finish. Oh, yours would be more than that. Yours would be more than that. That's like how much I make when I just do standard 80, 85, 88. Maybe like 27. Like that's real money is paid for overtime. Yeah, yeah. Like we're going to know I'm getting $5,000 check and shit. Yeah. They work overtime. I'm overtime. If I do like how he's doing right now, I'll be at least like 7,000 paycheck like every 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, I will do it after I pay this dude, and then the whole coach shit is done, and just focus on my trip that's coming up. That whole fucking 2 weeks working 16 every fucking day. Yeah, that's what I'm about. Once I get settled in, like I'm only doing 16s. Yeah, and then on my days off, I work 1 day double, and then 1 day I'm off. It is. He might go quick though, but I think he doesn't go. He's not like back who he double he 20. We have already been started with that. Oh yeah, that's probably almost dead though. But then what's happening? Like it's 5:15 right now. We're gonna still be in the courtroom when our relief gets here. You think so? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2 house calls, like this, we got that, and 2 house calls. He took forever in the hallway. Yeah. That's just weird shit. We trying to get them details and shit. I'm like, bro.
Is she not willing to?
No. And she's about to give it to me in the stack too.
Yeah,
She's gonna be
one of
doing that shit.
those ones that don't.
Like separated.
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit's annoying. Like, everybody trying to sit there and like scroll through all of it because you don't want to separate it.
She don't want to do it. I don't do it. Just that girl, the first girl we have for the 2 months. Yeah, she always like separated.
Like, all of them do except for her.
Yeah. That do 7 months ago. That should be good. Oh, that shit. No, that engine, you're not quite teaching now. So I just had to move physically. What you're teaching.
Here comes the judge.
You come?
Yeah.
She's not yet.
Tell me about the paperwork yet. Keep me telling me to stand up, please.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. I'm going to reshuffle the lineup just a little bit here. No, it's all good. No reprints. I was just rearranging the order. Okay. All right, good morning, everyone. This is the 5 a.m. initial appearance calendar for October 6, 2025. The court orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. If we could start, excuse me. If we could start with Luis Chavez, if I could have Luis Chavez take the podium in front of the bench, and then if I could have Luis Solis Medina take the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Louis Michael Chavez, 13070.
Thank you very much. Okay. Sir, you are here on a new matter from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of aggravated assault as a felony. I have found probable cause to exist that the offense was committed. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th. Both matters are at 8:30 a.m. Both matters are in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, I have considered the information provided by law enforcement as well as your priors. As such, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. $25,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to post that bond, you will also have to be equipped with an electronic monitoring device before you are released from jail. Some additional release conditions include that you cannot go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. In this matter, there are additional release conditions that you have to abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but they will all be provided to you in the paperwork you are about to receive. If I could have you step to your left, you'll get a copy of all your paperwork.
I can't get released from my own recognizance because
No, again, this is given the priors, your prior criminal history, and what I've seen in the electronic, in the Form 4. In other words, in the information provided to me by law enforcement about the current matter, the ag assault, release conditions to your own recognizance, taking into account the safety to the community and the victim is not appropriate at this time.
that's crazy.
Come on.
All right, if I can have Luis Solis Medina come to the podium, please. And if I can have Vincent Romero come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Could you please give me your your full name and date of birth?
Yeah, Luis Solis Medina, August 30th, 1988.
Is it August 30th?
Yeah, August. Mm-hmm.
Not October 30th?
No.
Okay. I'm going to let the record reflect that the defendant's true date of birth is August 30th.
1988.
1988. I'm going to change that in the, for the record as well, in the IA detail. All right, sir, thank you very much. You are here on a new case stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for the allegation of one count of unlawful imprisonment, a Class 6 felony, one count of assault as a misdemeanor, and one count of the prevention or interference with a telecommunication regarding calling in an emergency. I have found that probable cause exists as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As for your release conditions, the court will be imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000, $15,000. If you are able to post that bond, additional release conditions will apply, including the installation of an electronic monitoring device on your person prior to your release from custody. The other release conditions include, but are not limited to, you cannot go back to the scene of the alleged crime, and you cannot have any contact with the alleged victim. I understand that the scene of the crime may be your residence. It may be your residence. To the extent that it is, you will have to find an alternative residence to go to. However, I have issued, along with my orders, one civil standby order. And what that is if the scene of the crime is your residence, you are to call and you need to get your personal belongings from there. You can call your local law enforcement agency so for them to put together an appointment time to meet you at the residence, so then they can monitor you taking out your personal items, so you can move to or relocate to an alternative residence. The rest of your release conditions I'm not going to go over, but everything will be provided to you in writing in the paperwork you're about to receive.
You said it was 15,000?
15,000 secured appearance. It's not 15,000 cash, it's 15,000 secured appearance. The officers, or one of the officers, when they take you to the back, from my understanding, there's a list of bond agencies that are available. And I understand that they all collect calls as well. Typically, don't quote me on this, bond companies require something down. Usually it's 10% down in the
like right now?
And the rest in collateral before they make arrangements for your release. But you could talk to them about it and see if you can arrange anything. But you'll get a list of those companies here when they take you in the back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. If I can have you step to your left. Vincent Romero. And if I can have Stephen Carl come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Vincent Romero, 12603.
Thank you very much. Mr. Romero, you are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. I understand that you may have other matters that are open in other counties as well. However, as to the matter in Maricopa County, it is alleged that you have committed one count of trafficking in stolen property, that's a felony, and one count of criminal damage, that's a misdemeanor. The criminal trafficking in stolen property, that's in the second degree, it's a class 3 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to all counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter. Your next court date is a status conference on October 13th. October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release condition, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $7,500. $7,500 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions which will apply. I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm going to go over some of them. You can't go back to the scene of the alleged crime. You can't have any contact with the alleged victim. The rest of them I'm not going to go over, but you're going to get a copy of all my orders in writing. That's your first matter. Your second matter is number 11 on the calendar. It stems from an out-of-county warrant. This is the Navajo County Superior Court warrant, other matter that we were talking about. It is for one count of making contraband or possessing contraband as a detainee, one count of possession of narcotics, and one count of drug paraphernalia, all felonies. I have ordered that an attorney be appointed to you at your next hearing. I can't appoint an attorney from the Maricopa County Superior Court to represent you. Your next hearing is an arraignment hearing on October 9th at 8:30 a.m., and that is going to be in the Navajo County Superior Court. As to your release conditions on this matter, the judge in the Navajo County Superior Court imposed a $2,500 secured appearance bond, and I'm going to be affirming that bond from that court. So in total, it'll be $10,000 secured appearance bond if you are able to make that to be released. There are some additional release conditions that you're going to have to abide by should you be able to be released. A copy of everything is going to be in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. Thank you. Stephen Carl. And if I can have Timothy Cantu come to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Stephen Carl, November 29th, 1970.
Just for clarification, did you say November 29th, 1970?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Sir, you're here on a Superior Court warrant for a probation violation. It is alleged that you have committed terms of your probation stemming out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. I have appointed an attorney to represent you, although I believe one is already appointed to represent you. Your next court date is a non-witness violation hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the previous judicial officer handling your case has imposed release conditions, and I am going to affirm them. They are a bond in the amount of $5,000, and that bond is cash only, not a secured appearance, cash only bond in the amount of $5,000. That's affirmed. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but one of the big ones is the fact that if you are able to come up with the bond money, that you have to report to your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. The rest of your release conditions with all of my orders are going to be in the paperwork you're about to receive here soon. Yeah, that's it. I thought there was another matter. There's not. So you'll be receiving your paperwork soon. Did you have a question?
No, I thought it was dropped, or they dismissed it.
All right, what I'm seeing here is the warrant was issued and the $5,000 cash only bond was declared by Judge Morales. That was just last month, less than a month ago on September 10th. So I don't see anything else in the system that says that even a petition to there has nothing been, there's nothing, I'm looking at your whole case in that matter. There's nothing to indicate that the matter was quashed or the warrant was quashed or even a petition or a motion was filed with the court to quash the warrant. As such, the warrant stands. Yeah, that was at 9:23, September 23rd. The warrant was still active. So with that said, you know your next court date. You could bring up your release conditions at your next court date. If I can have you step to your left for your copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Timothy Cantu. And if I can have Jason Woodward come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Timothy Adam Cantu, 020689.
Okay, thank you very much. You're here on two matters. The first is a new case stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for one count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to all counts. Your next, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, I have examined the Form 4, that's the information provided to me by law enforcement, as well as your prior felony history. I am imposing the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. $2,500 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, there will be other release conditions you're going to get from me and from the officers that I have ordered here momentarily. I'm not going to go over all of them with you. But one of the big ones, like I mentioned earlier, is the fact that you communicate with your contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Your second case, number 3 on the calendar, it's for a probation violation warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for one count of probation for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you, although I believe one already exists. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. For this matter, it is alleged that you have violated terms 5 and 15 of your probation. As to this matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. So, $2,500 for the previous one and $1,500 for this one. Again, secured appearance. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by should you be able to post your bond, again, including contacting your probation officer upon 72 hours after your release, or within 72 hours of your release. If I can have you step to your left, please, you'll get a copy of all your paperwork. If I can have Jason Woodward come to the podium, please, and if I can have Kenny Eder Baker come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Jason Woodward, 4273.
4273?
73, correct.
73. All right. All right, Mr. Woodward, you're here on a new matter. It is alleged that you have committed one count of theft of a credit card, a Class 5 felony, and fraudulent use of a credit card, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is October 13th at 8:30 a.m., followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, also at 8:30 a.m., both matters in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, the court is affirming the previous bond set in your matter by another judicial officer in the amount of $1,000 secured appearance bond. $1,000 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to make or post that bond, there are additional conditions which apply. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you'll receive a copy of all my orders and the paperwork you'll be receiving shortly. Did you have a question?
No, I was in the hospital the day of, I just want to let you know that.
Yeah, I don't see. Did you contact your attorney to let him know?
I couldn't, not that day. I tried to do a motion. I don't even know
I don't even see.
I have paperwork that I could show from the hospital. It was
When were you in the hospital? What dates?
the day of I guess is it the 15th or the 13th of last month?
Yeah, I don't see any notes in here by anybody that, hold on, I want to just sort of check one more thing.
Okay.
If there is a motion, no.
I have it on my cell phone too that I had sent it, but I don't have that with me.
Yeah, there's no, there's nothing. I'm looking at, I'm switching through a couple of platforms here. I'm looking at the case docket now. There's nothing that indicates that a motion was even received. So with that, I'm bound by the decision of the previous judge for the $1,000 bond. Yeah, you can readdress your release conditions at the next setting with a different judicial officer. Most likely the one that issued the $1,000 bond.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. If I could have you step to your left. If I can have Mr. Baker come to the podium, and if I can have Mary Castro come to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Kenyatta Baker, 11476.
Thank you very much. Sorry I mispronounced your name earlier. Your first name. Baker, I got.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you are here on a new matter, aggravated assault on a first responder. 2 counts of that. I have found probable cause as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on October 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, I have noted you got something from a very, very long time ago. All right. With that, I am inclined at this time to release you on your own recognizance. If you promise this court that you will appear at your next court date on October 21st, you're going to get a copy of where you have to go and when you have to go as well. Do you promise this court that you will appear?
Okay.
Yes? Yeah. Okay. All right. Then at that, I'm going to order you be released on your own recognizance here today. You're going to get a copy of all your paperwork. Of all my orders, including some release conditions I haven't gone over, but they'll all be there for you in writing. If I can have you step to your left.
All right. I did. You don't mind, I need to use the washroom. This needs to use the washroom.
Oh, okay. Mary Castro, please. And if I can have Justin Coldeth. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
It's Marianne Castro. Date of birth is 5/1969.
Thank you very much. You are here on two matters. The first matter is number 7 on the calendar. It is a municipal court warrant out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. It is for an older matter stemming back from 2019. You know, when I see matters this old, I'm usually inclined to hold people's feet to the fire so they can, you know, get them settled. I mean, it's been almost half a decade since the matter occurred. Your next hearing is an arraignment hearing on October 15th at 8:30 a.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. As to your release conditions, the court has imposed a $500 secured appearance bond. You're not entitled to an attorney for these specific type charges, but an attorney will be present I have appointed an attorney to be present at your next hearing date to address the issue of the bond. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by should you be able to post your bond before your next court date. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you're going to get a copy of them in the paperwork here shortly. As to your next matter, number 8 on the calendar, that is also a municipal court warrant, also from the Goodyear Municipal Court, also from 2019. And the same release conditions will apply. I have imposed a $500 secured appearance bond on this matter, and even though you are not entitled to counsel to represent you on the nature of these offenses, I have appointed counsel for the purposes of addressing the bond issue only. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 15th at 8:30 a.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. Again, there are additional release conditions which will apply should you be able to post your bond, a copy of all of which you're going to get here in your paperwork shortly, including the address, location, and contact number for the Goodyear Municipal Court should you be able to post bond. If I can have you step to your left. Thank you. If I can have Justin Colbeth come to the podium, and if I can have Jose Valdez come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Justin Larry Colbeth, 082270.
Thank you very much. You are here on a Superior Court bench warrant for 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of DUI, and 2 counts of DUI, both Class 1 misdemeanors. Your next court date is a status conference on October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. The court has imposed, as one of the conditions of your release, has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. That amount was actually imposed by a different judicial officer, and I am affirming that amount. So by the judicial officer who issued the bench warrant.
Okay.
So should you be able to post that amount? There are additional release conditions that apply to you. I'm not going to go over all of them here today, but you're going to get a copy of all my orders in the paperwork that you're about to receive here shortly. If I can have you step to your left.
Okay, thank you.
If I can have Jose Valdez. And if I can have Marcus Hill come to the chair next to the door, please. Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Jose Luis Valdez, 41284.
Thank you very much. You are here on 2 matters. The first is a municipal court warrant out of the Buckeye Municipal Court for Class 1 misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on October 15th at 1 p.m., October 15th at 1 p.m. in the Buckeye Municipal Court. You are not, typically, not just you, but anybody is not entitled to court-appointed counsel for the nature of this offense, but I am appointing an attorney to represent you as to the bond issue, the bond matter in this matter being a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply. Please review them. They're all going to be in the paperwork that you're about to receive. If you don't post that bond, if you're not able to post $100, an attorney will represent you at your next court date for the purposes of arguing your release conditions and addressing the bond issue. Your next matter is number 21 on the calendar. That's also a municipal court warrant out of the Buckeye Municipal Court for 1 count of drug paraphernalia. Your next court date is October 15th. October 15th at 1 p.m. in the Buckeye Municipal Court. As to this offense, the court has imposed a $100 secured appearance bond. Again, you're not entitled to the appointment of counsel for due to the nature of this offense, but I have appointed counsel for you at the next hearing to address the bond issue. Should you not be able to post it by then, if you do, there are additional release conditions that apply for this case as well. I'm not going to go over all of them, but you're going to get a copy of all my orders for both of your cases in the paperwork you're about to be handed here shortly. Thank you very much. If I can have you step to your left.
Thank you.
Marcus Hill to the podium, please, and then Alicia Carter to the chair next to the door.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Marcus Anthony Hill. My date of birth is June 9th of 1988, sir.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here on a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is the allegation of 1 count of fraudulent use of a credit card, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of the forged or intent to defraud using a forged instrument. I'm sorry, a credit card. That's also a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is...
I have an attorney.
Private?
Yes, it's in the system.
Because these are new matters. I haven't received your attorney's notice of appearance yet. So this is the way I do it.
Okay.
I appoint I appoint an attorney for now. If for some reason your attorney doesn't make it, at your next hearing, at least you'll have somebody there. Now,
okay.
if your attorney does make it, then the attorneys that I appoint will be more than glad to just turn over that file to your attorney that morning. But for now, just to make sure that you don't go without counsel, I've appointed somebody. Your next court date is a status conference on October 21st. October 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 23rd, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, you have some history, but it's what I consider to be a little bit older than not. This isn't violent, this isn't dangerous. So this is what I'm going to do for your release conditions. The court will be releasing you on your own recognizance. As long as you promise the court that you're going to appear on the 21st, October 21st,
definitely.
I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance here today. There are some additional release conditions that you must abide by, like not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, not having any contact with the alleged victim or victims or complainants in this matter. The rest of your release conditions, I'm not going to go over. Everything's going to be in writing for you, but you'll be able to read it as you're being released.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure. Go ahead.
It says you can't leave the state. I just had surgery, and I go to Yuma, Algodones for my treatment, cancer treatment. But it says you can't leave the state. I go once a week for. Do I just need?
You can't leave the. You go to Yuma. I mean, within the state of Arizona.
It's the border, Algodones. I have cancer. I'm fighting cancer. I get treatment there just because it's affordable because I don't have insurance here. But I go once a week. Do I just notify somebody or?
When is the next time that you have to go?
Thursday, I think this week, but I can reschedule if I have to. But I try not to because it's been giving me pretty good results. I just don't have insurance here, so we've been going there. I live here. I work here. I own a company, just a small landscaping company. But maybe if I just reach out to pre-trial service or something.
Yeah, you say you've also retained private counsel?
I do have private. His name is Brad Reinhardt. He's my family attorney. He was on the phone with me before I got him.
I'm familiar with Mr. Reinhardt. If you can have...
You know who he is?
I'm sorry?
His name is Brad Reinhardt.
I'm familiar with him.
He's been my attorney for over 10 years.
I will, if you can have Mr. Reinhardt file a motion to the court, because this isn't just leaving the state, this is leaving the country.
Yeah, it is.
And I appreciate your candor with me, with the court. If you ask Mr. Reinhardt to file a motion explaining the situation, I've received similar motions. It won't be to me, it'll be to the judge on the 21st.
Okay.
It'll be to a different judicial officer, but if he explains the circumstances, then I'm sure it will be considered. I mean, judges let folks go to vacations out of country, let alone, cancer treatment. So I'm not saying it will be. It's 100%. There's no guarantees, but I'm sure this is something that will be considered very seriously.
Thank you.
And I have no doubt into Mr. Reinhardt's abilities there to put together a moving motion. All right. All right. I think that's it. If you can if you can step to your left and grab a copy of your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, if I can have Alicia Carter come to the podium, and if I can have Dalton Denham take the podium next to the door, please. Good morning, ma'am. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Alyssa Carter, 52591.
I said Alicia, so sorry I mispronounced your first name. Thank you very much. 52591. Okay. All right. Ms. Carter, you're here on a new matter. It is a municipal court matter stemming from the Surprise Municipal Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of assault and one count of disorderly conduct, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause to exist as to both counts. Because of the nature of the offense, not just you, but anyone with the nature of this offense that stems out of a municipal court is not entitled to a court-appointed attorney. However, you can hire an attorney at your own expense, a private attorney at your own expense, should you wish to do so. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on November 4th. November 4th at 1:30 p.m. That's a little ways out. November 4th at 1:30 p.m. As to your release conditions, one second, I just want to double check something. No failures to appear. No felonies. All right. As to your release conditions, the court is inclined to release you on your own recognizance as long as you promise to appear at your next court date on November 4th in the Surprise Municipal Court. That's at 1:30 p.m. You're going to get all this information, including the court address here in the paperwork you're about to receive. Do you so promise?
Yes.
Okay. There are some additional release conditions that you have to abide by. Even though you are being released on your own recognizance here today, there are additional court orders that you have to abide by. Failure to do so could have you brought back here and with a all new set of release conditions, inclusive of bond. You can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. You can't have any contact with the alleged victim. I know that the scene of the alleged crime is probably or maybe your residence. And I know that that may make things difficult, but you must find a alternative residence pending until you at least readdress your release conditions with another court, another judge. To that end, because the scene of the crime may be the alleged scene of the crime may be your residence, I have also included in my orders one civil standby order. And I don't know if you heard me mention it earlier, but what that is you contact Surprise PD. I think that's the city that you live in, and then you make an appointment for them to come and meet you at your residence, so then they can oversee you take out your personal property, so you can be in compliance with the court order, until another judicial officer, either your matter concludes or another judicial officer amends my order.
Okay.
With that, if I could have you step to your left and get a copy of all your paperwork.
Thank you.
My orders. Thank you. Dalton Denham to the podium, please. And if I can have Orlando Castro come to the chair next to the door. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Dalton Denham, 11/17/1999.
Thank you very much, sir. You're here out of a justice court warrant from the Santan Justice Court.
For a ticket on the 8th?
For a driving on a suspended license.
On the 8th, correct?
The date of offense that I'm showing is 2022. August 20th, 2022. This was several years ago. So, with that said, the reason why they issued you this warrant, is because you failed to pay some sort of fee or fine associated with the matter from 3 years ago.
I just went through detox and through CBI and all that. I just went through court appointed.
Let me finish my thought here, because I think this is. I think it's a few. On these failure to pay, these warrants for failure to pay, I think that it is something. And I'm speaking from experience, from my own past, from my own history in being an attorney. You reaching out to this court and making payment arrangements or addressing the payment issue, from what I understand, they're very flexible, and I've seen it personally, even a small payment amount they'll take, and that'll get you back on track.
I think I actually have a court.
Your next court date is October 21st in the Santan Justice, October 21st at 9 a.m. I am appointing an attorney to represent you there. However, you can get there beforehand, and you can make payment arrangements, and they'll vacate it. With that said, I'm going to give you, don't talk me out of it, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do so. I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. So with that said, I urge you to take some initiative. This is just about nothing else but money. So
responsibility.
If you can, they will most likely vacate the October 21st date. If you go in there and say, I want to make payment arrangements, wonderful. And so this will never be brought, so you don't have to come back here again as long as you comply. So with that said, I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance for this kind of offense here today. There are some additional release conditions that you got to abide by. I'm not going to go over all of them, but they are going to be in the paperwork you're going to receive.
Thank you, sir.
All right, if you could go up to your list. Orlando Castro, to the podium, please.
Parents,
Orlando Jorge Castro, 1973.
Hola, buenos días, señor. Mi nombre es Marlon. Yo soy un interpretador de español que le estará asistiendo con mucho gusto. Permítame, recibo instrucciones de la persona que le sirve, ¿de acuerdo?
Did you need an interpreter?
Hello. This is an interpreter, sir. Yes, I just introduced myself.
Okay.
You can continue now.
Okay. You stated your name for the record?
Marlon, ¿podría decir su nombre para la grabación?
Orlando Jorge Castro.
And what's your date of birth?
Octubre 15, 1973.
All right, so let
October
the
15,
interpreter finish
1973.
first, and then talk through me through the interpreter.
Okay.
Even though you may understand some English. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, to the interpreter.
Sí. Deje al interpretador finalizar primero y luego pues hable conmigo a través del interpretador, aunque usted entienda algo de inglés.
Okay. You are here on a failure to appear bench warrant.
De acuerdo, señor. Usted está aquí lo que sería pues en un fallo para obtener una falla de garantía.
Let me see. Okay. You, for the following counts, possession of narcotics, a class 4 felony.
Por los siguientes, lo que sería posesión de narcóticos de lo que sería de clase 4, de lo que sería delito grave.
Taking prohibited items into the jail, a class 5 felony.
Llevando lo que serían pues artículos prohibidos en la cárcel, ¿verdad? Lo que sería pues un delito grave de clase 5.
And possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony.
Y posesión de lo que sería pues de droga parafernal, ¿verdad? En delito grave de clase 6.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this matter.
Yo tengo lo que sería pues un abogado para representarle en lo que sería en este caso.
Your next court date is a status conference on October 21st at 8:30 a.m.
Y lo que sería su siguiente fecha de corte, ¿verdad? El estado de la conferencia sería para octubre 21 a las 8:30 a.m.
The court date after that is a preliminary hearing on October 23rd, also at 8:30 a.m.
La corte después de esa fecha también es una audiencia preliminar, lo que sería en octubre 23, también a las 8:30 a.m.
Both matters are in the Downtown Superior Court.
Ambos casos, ¿verdad? Ambos casos están en lo que sería pues en la Corte Superior del Centro.
As to your release conditions,
This is the interpreter, sir. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that one more time?
next I'm going to address the defendant's release conditions.
Luego yo me voy a abordar lo que sería pues las condiciones de liberación del defensor.
Thank you. Let me see here, just 1 minute.
Déjeme ver aquí, gracias, un minuto.
I am inclined to believe that you may not have had notice of your proceedings in this matter.
Yo estoy inclinado a creer de que quizás a usted no había sido avisado, ¿verdad?, de las cosas en lo que sería en este asunto.
Correcto.
Correct.
As such, I am going to give you the opportunity to address these matters moving forward. That's it for now. As such, I'm going to give you the opportunity to address these matters moving forward.
Como tal, pues yo le voy a brindar a usted la oportunidad de abordar estos asuntos de ahora en adelante.
As I will be releasing you on your own recognizance here today.
Ya que pues yo voy a estar librándolo, ¿verdad?, de sus propios reconocimientos el día de hoy.
It will be up to you to make sure that you go to your next court date on October 21st.
Ya sería su decisión de asegurarse de que usted vaya a su siguiente fecha de corte en octubre 21.
You are going to get a copy of my orders as you step to your left from the office.
Usted va a obtener una copia de mis órdenes, ¿verdad?, cuando usted deje la oficina.
Gracias.
Thank you.
I understand what that means. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
As far as for the interpreter, this was the last matter, so there is no one else in the gallery. I appreciate your time this morning.
Oh, this is the interpreter. More than welcome, my honor. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for calling Lionbridge. Stay safe and take care. Bye now.
Thank you. All right, there are two other defendants on the calendar for a total of 3 matters. It is my understanding that they were not brought here today because of either demonstrating fighting for number 13, Javier Rubio, or being a danger to himself or others, and as for number 18, Eduardo Salinas, he was exhibiting strange behavior. To me, that puts him in the category of being a danger to himself or others. As for Javier Rubio, number 13 on the calendar, it is a Justice Court warrant from the El Centro Justice Court for failure to stay at the accident scene and a extreme DUI. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a arraignment hearing on October 23rd at 8:30 a.m. It is my inclination to release him on his own recognizance on this matter. As to number 14, also with Javier Rubio, it is a municipal court warrant through the Goodyear Municipal Court for 1 count of shoplifting. Defendant is not entitled to an attorney due to the nature of the offense. However, as to number 13, he was entitled to an attorney, and I have appointed. I'll let the record reflect that I did appoint an attorney to represent him. As to back to the number 14, he has an arraignment date of October 22nd at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. And it is my inclination to release him on his own recognizance on that matter as well. Number 18 on the calendar, Eduardo Salinas. Mr. Salinas is here for an aggravated domestic violence charge, a Class 5 felony. It is a new matter from the Maricopa County Superior Court. I have found probable cause to exist as to the commission of that offense. I have appointed an attorney to represent him. His next court date is a status conference on October 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 15th, both at 8:30 a.m., both in the downtown Superior Court. It is my inclination to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000 should he be able to post that bond. The additional release conditions shall include the installation of an electronic monitoring device on his person, followed by him not being able to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the victims, also finding an alternative address with one civil standby order. If after I do these jail visits, jailhouse calls, I for some reason change my inclination, I will do so with a separate writing, and I will not come back on the record on this calendar. As such, this calendar will stand adjourned. Thank you. Off the record. If you come to the court, please take off your hats and take your hands, please. If you're done talking to the judge, just have a seat over here.
All right.
Good morning. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for October 6, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. I am Commissioner Dyer. Before we get started, there are a few things that I'd like to explain to you. First, I will be calling each of you into the courtroom one by one, where I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then let you know why you are here and whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I will then let you know what your upcoming court dates will be and what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond. And lastly, I will let you know what your release conditions are. Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement to you. I first ask that you please do not interrupt me while I'm providing the advisement. Allow me to complete the advisement. Your question may be answered if I'm able to get through the entire advisement. You will be permitted to ask questions after I provide the advisement to you. I caution you against making statements or asking questions about your case. Those questions should be directed towards your attorney. Your question should only be related to your release conditions. At this time, I am going to call Isaac Velasquez to the podium and Nakia Robinson, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Isaac Guadalupe Velasquez, 1280.
You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date. An attorney was already appointed to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. If you fail to appear for your court dates, you will lose the bond that you posted. Another warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
I just have one question. My attorney got a hold of me saying that he put in the motion to squash the warrant on the 10th. We were supposed to go to court on the 10th.
Well, it's that, the 10th of what?
Of this week.
Well, you said that your attorney filed a motion on the 10th?
No. He put out his motion and he got a response back to me for me to show up to court on the 10th.
The motion was not granted. It was set for oral argument, so the warrant was not quashed. It's still a good warrant.
Right, I had to go to court on the 10th or something like that, yeah.
So the court didn't quash it.
Okay.
So as of right now, the warrant is still valid, and
okay.
So you'll be transported to your hearing on the 10th, as that hearing is before your status conference hearings on the 13th.
So that $1,000 bond?
So you have $1,000 secured appearance, so it's $100 plus collateral to secure your release.
Okay, so I got to post 1,000?
No, I just said it's $100. Secured appearance means 10% of the $1,000, which is $100 plus collateral.
Oh, okay.
That's what you need in order to bond out.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Robinson, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Schultz, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, Mr. Robinson. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Nakia Robinson, 3775.
You are here today because you have one new case and you have two probation violation warrants. So I will first talk to you about your new case. You were charged with one count of aggravated assault against a first responder, Class 4 felony, one count of resisting arrest with physical force, a Class 6 felony, one count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I found probable cause as to the aggravated assault and the resisting arrest. I did not find probable cause as to the possession of narcotic drugs or drug paraphernalia. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500 in this matter. Then as to your two probation violation matters, I appointed an attorney to represent you in both. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. One of your warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500, and the other one has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Between your three cases, your total secured appearance bond is $3,250. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot possess any weapons, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Schultz, if you'll please come to the podium. And Mr. Mendoza, Juan Mendoza, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Michael Schultz, 7/17/76.
Good morning, sir. You are here today on two matters. You have one new case, and then you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and one count of tampering with physical evidence or destroying or altering it, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. Between your two cases, you have a total secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Mendoza, will you please come to the podium? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Juan Carlos Mendoza Santillan, January 28, 1993.
Thank you. You are here today because you have 5 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 5 matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. Your first warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Your second warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. Your third warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. Your fourth warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500, and your last warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. Your total bond between the all 5 matters is $3,000 secured appearance. If you are able to post bond, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would again issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Sally Lloyd, will you please come to the podium? And Christopher Fuller, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Ma'am, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Sally Lozano Lloyd, 11/23/1994.
You are here today because you have two matters. You have one new case and you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, and one count of obstruction or refusal to give your true name, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have a status conference hearing on October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. As to your probation violation matter, I appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. Your total secured appearance bond between the two cases is $6,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Fuller, will you please come to the podium? And William Mudge, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Christopher Dean Fuller, 8485.
You are here today on two matters. You have one new case, and then you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 13th at 8:30. You have a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your probation violation matter, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. So your total secured appearance bond is $600 between the two cases. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must appear for all of your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Mudge, will you please come to the podium? And Najee Macbeth, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
William Mudge, 06/13/1986.
You are here today on two matters. You have one new case and you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to both charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 13th at 8:30. You have a preliminary hearing on October 15th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30, and you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. Your total bond between the two cases is $600. If you're able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. Warrants would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Macbeth, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Washington, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Hi, J. Macbeth, 9/23/98.
You are here today because you have 4 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in all 4 matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. Your first warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Your second warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $200. Your third warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $200, and your last one has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Your total secured appearance bond between the three cases is $850. If you are able to post your bond, you cannot possess any weapons, and you must appear for all of your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of all the bonds that you posted, and warrants would again issue for your arrest, and additional bonds could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Washington, will you please come to the podium? And Isris Amaya, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Brian Washington, 10/22/1997.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 13th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. If you are able to post bonds, you must appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, feel free to step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Amaya, will you please come to the podium? And Casey Bender, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door.
Yeah, they have to get Mr. Amaya.
Okay. So, Casey Bender, will you please come to the podium?
Bender? Yes. Come on.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
Casey Bender, 6/16/81.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of burglary in the third degree, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that charge, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 21st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 23rd at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services, which means that I will release you to the community, but your release will be supervised by pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes.
You have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond will be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, this takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Amaya.
Okay. Mr. Amaya, will you please come to the podium? And James Sunday, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Sir, can you please state your first, last name, and your date of birth?
Israel Maya, February 19th, 2001.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of Desert Ridge Justice Court. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 27th at 1:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes.
If you fail to appear for your court date, another warrant will issue for your arrest, and a bond will be imposed. I will let you know that the recommended bond for you on this warrant was $150. So if you fail to appear for your court date, at a minimum, you're looking at $150 to get out of jail.
Okay.
Okay? So if you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Well,
Mr. Sunday, will you please come to the podium? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
James Sunday, March 14th, 1970.
You are here today because you have 3 warrants out of West Mesa Justice Court. Due to the nature of the charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 21st at 8:30 for all 3 matters. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes.
Failure to appear for your court dates will result in warrants issuing for your arrest again, and bond would be imposed. I will let you know that the recommended bond in total for all three of your matters would have been $1,000 secured appearance. So if you fail to appear for your court date, these warrants will issue again, and at a minimum, you're looking at about $1,000 bond in order to secure your release. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So this takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, feel free to step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Donald White, date of birth July 7th, 1976, is here due to a grand jury warrant. Mr. White was unable to physically participate in court due to having a medical emergency. I did meet with him prior to the start of the calendar. He was advised of the following. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, temporary disfigurement, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of disobeying or resisting an order or mandate of the court, a class 1 misdemeanor. The date of these alleged offenses is December 10th, 2016 and December 18th, 2016. I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He will have an arraignment hearing on October 14th at 8:30. The grand jury warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. Mr. White cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, cannot possess any weapons, and must abide by any orders of protections or orders against harassment. Mr. White was advised that if he fails to comply with those release conditions, if he violates a no victim contact order, that he could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a class 6 felony. Mr. White was also advised that if he failed to comply with his release conditions or he failed to appear for his court dates, that another warrant would issue for his arrest, the bond that he posts would be forfeited, and additional bond would be imposed. Carly Koval, date of birth, May 23rd, 1970, is here on a warrant out of Buckeye Municipal Court. Mr. Koval is not physically present in court due to combative behavior. Due to the nature of the charge, Mr. Koval is not entitled to a court-appointed counsel. Mr. Koval will have a arraignment hearing on October 21st at 2 p.m. The court is inclined to release Mr. Koval on his own recognizance. Mr. Koval will also be advised that if he fails to appear for his court date, another warrant would issue for his arrest and a bond could be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Koval. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. Robert Colano, date of birth, May 9th, 1994, is here on a new case. Mr. Colano is not physically present in court due to combative behavior. Mr. Koval was charged with 1 count of driving with a license that has been suspended or revoked. Due to the nature of the charge, he is not entitled to court-appointed counsel. He does have an arraignment hearing on October 24th at 10 a.m. The court is inclined to release him on his own recognizance. Mr. Colano will be advised that if he fails to appear for his court date, that a warrant will issue for his arrest and a bond could be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Colano. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes our 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 11 a.m.
first two people. Torres, first chair. Harris, second chair.
Are you able to hear me? Yes, okay, awesome. We'll get started here in a minute. Thank you. I'm sorry. So we just pick it up when you call. So it's all that we have on our end. This is a headset. So like you guys call through and we have the headset. Like we answer it through the headset. In terms of like muting stuff, that'll be on your guys' end when communicating between the judge and the defendant. Okay, let me get my calendar. Oh, 3 years up ahead, sorry.
All good.
So when the headset is on, I'm getting the feedback twice from Teams in the headset. So the headset is connected to some telephone line. That telephone line I need muted on your end.
So typically from what I'm seeing, you mute your Teams and you do the live translation, and then you unmute when you translate whatever the person's saying.
Yes, this is what we do all the time. That's not what I'm referring to, though. That's for you to hear me. The issue is when that headset is on, I'm hearing it on Teams, I'm hearing it on...
You're not hearing it now, are you? You're still getting feedback? Mm-hmm. Even though I muted you, you can still hear me twice? Well, no, I muted you to see if that was the issue. But then how are you going to hear what they're going to say? We've never muted the actual headset before. This is the first time I'm hearing it. Can you hear me? I muted it. See?
And then you unmuted it.
Correct.
Okay, that's where I need it to be.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but I muted it. I just muted the microphone. Let me go. That's all we're waiting on, right? Yeah. Okay. So just wait this. Try to do it the way she's telling you, so she can see that it's wrong. And then, do we have one interpreter or just, oh, so just go ahead and mute it? Yeah, for now.
the headset, can you hear us just once, or you can the double feedback still?
You gonna ask for it? It was just you. Yeah. Cool.
They're having some technical difficulty.
11:30. Is it?
You know, lovely. Yeah, they're having some technical difficulty with the headset. So they're just trying to get that all squared away.
It should be resolved. The headset's been resolved.
Stop.
This will go to the first gentleman for the Spanish.
All right.
Thank you.
And everything's already good with this, just...
Yeah, I just have to hand it, so, thank you.
All right. Sir, gotta put that on. Gotta put it on.
I see what's happening. Oh my goodness.
Commissioner should be on her way here.
Yeah, they're almost done.
Okay.
Cool. No worries. Only like 11 people.
I know.
Only like 11.
We good today.
So.
I thought they had two.
Is it 2 now?
I'm in the public.
All right.
Does it have it on though? Yeah, they just gave it to him right now. It's on? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for Monday, October 6th. Apologies to all of you for the delay in the start on this. I think my understanding is we were having some issues with either the technology or the interpreter. So I'm sorry we're getting started late, but maybe we'll make up some time in air. Is that what the pilots say? Okay. As we get started in here, I will call each of you into the courtroom one at a time. I'll ask one of you to stand behind the gray podium here in front of me in the courtroom. I will ask the next one or two people. Are there one or two chairs? Two? Okay, I'll ask the next two people that I intend to call into the courtroom to line up in the two blue chairs right inside this door facing all of you. If you would, please listen carefully for your name. Move from the chair you're in now to the second chair inside the door, from there to the first chair, then into the courtroom. I know that does sound a little bit like musical chairs, but I promise you all it will make this calendar move much faster than just going from where you are now into the courtroom. Once you are in the courtroom, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth. Then I will explain to you why you're here. I will tell you whether you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Those are sometimes called public defenders. Whether or not you get a public defender, you always have the right to hire a private lawyer to represent you if you wish to. The reason for that is because you all have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case. When you're in the courtroom, I will also tell you when your next court hearing dates and times are. You will be required to attend those court hearings whether or not you remain in custody. I will also go over whether you are legally eligible for release from custody. If you are, when you're in the courtroom, we'll talk about on what conditions you could get out of custody today. In addition to the right to the assistance of counsel, you all also have the right to remain silent. Anything that you choose to say in the courtroom could be used against you at any point down the line in your criminal proceedings. You will not have a lawyer present in the courtroom here this morning. That's true even if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Your lawyer will be present to represent you starting at your next court hearing. Because of that, you should think very carefully before you make any statements in the courtroom here today about the facts that brought you to court. Please save any comments that you might feel inclined to make about the facts of your case for that next hearing where you have a lawyer present to discuss that with before you make any statements you can't take back. Last thing I will tell you all before we get started is that all of the information you get while you're in the courtroom will be provided to you in a written document called a release order. The officers in the courtroom will hand you that document when you're done in here and you step back into the room that you're in right now. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. If we could please, Juan Torres, if you would please work your way into the courtroom and stand right behind this gray podium in front of me. Takia Harris, if you would have a seat in the first chair inside the door. Ruben K, if you would please have a seat in the second chair. Okay, Mr. Torres, thank you for joining me in the courtroom. I'm going to suggest to you that you use a hand or finger to plug your ear that's not covered with the headset to sort of drown my voice out a little bit. I think that will help you hear the Spanish interpretation through that ear. So I know it can kind of be a little bit confusing sometimes to hear me and the Spanish at the same time. So if you plug your ear, you'll see me talking to you, but then you'll just hear Spanish through your headset. It might make it a little bit easier to comprehend. Okay, I will start, please, if I could, by asking you to tell me your full name and date of birth.
Mi nombre es Juan Torres Urias. Nací el 17 de junio de 73.
My name is Juan Torres Urias. I was born July 17th of 1973. And for the court, Your Honor, Maite Lopez, court interpreter, good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Lopez. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Torres. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is one count of aggravated driving under the influence. It is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I have appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 13th and then you will have a preliminary hearing October 15th. Both of those hearings will be at 8:30 in the morning, and they will both be in the Superior Court downtown. On that allegation, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And if you are released from custody, you cannot operate a motor vehicle unless you have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
No.
So,
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Torres. All that information will be in your written paperwork. You can head back to your left, get a copy of that paperwork, and if you would, please just hand that headset to the officer as you walk back to your left.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Lopez, he was the only individual that I previously had marked as requesting Spanish interpretation. Before you disconnect, could you please just make a quick inquiry of the gallery to make sure we don't miss anybody that might need your assistance?
Absolutely, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguna persona que requiere español? Si necesita asistencia en español, puede levantar la mano, por favor.
Buddy can interpret? We're good.
Okay, I'm told no hands were raised. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your assistance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Takia Harris, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. K, if you would shift over, and then if I could have Philip Hampson in the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Takia Harris, October 17, 2004.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is one count of aggravated assault. It is a Class 3 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation, and I have appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 13th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing October 15th. Both of them will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that allegation, you have a $25,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot return to the scene where the underlying alleged events took place. You could not have any contact with alleged victims or witnesses. If those orders mean that I'm ordering you not to return to your primary residence, if you post that bond and you're released from custody, you would be required to find an alternate residence at least until your first hearing on the 13th. You would get one civil standby, which means local law enforcement could escort you back to the location where these events took place one time. If you needed to go back there to retrieve clothing, toiletries, anything you have at that location that you might need between now and the 13th, or between whenever you might be released on the 13th. If you post that bond and you're released from custody, you also could not possess any weapons upon release. And whether or not you're released from custody, if any orders of protection or orders against harassment have been or are later served upon you, you must strictly comply with the terms of those orders. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Ruben K., if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Kevin Smith, if you would please work your way to that second chair. Can I please have your name and date of birth?
Ruben K., March 20, 1978.
Thank you, Mr. K. You are here on a failure to appear warrant issued by the Navajo County Superior Court. The underlying allegations in that case appear to be aggravated assault and resisting arrest felony allegations. I don't know whether you have been given a court-appointed lawyer in Navajo County or not. If you have been, that lawyer assigned to your case is still on your case and will continue to defend you.
Okay.
If you have not yet been given a court-appointed lawyer, a lawyer will be appointed for you by the Navajo County Court at your next court hearing. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing October 9th. It will be at 8:30. It'll take place in the Navajo County Superior Court. On that warrant, the judge that issued it out of Navajo County indicated that you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. So if you post that bond and you get released from custody, please be mindful that you need to make yourself present on October 9th at 8:30 in Navajo County.
Okay.
If you post that bond and you are released from custody between now and that hearing on the 9th, you also could not contact any alleged victims or witnesses of those underlying allegations. You also could not possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription if you were out of custody. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a question, though.
Okay.
Will Navajo County come pick me up since it's a felony charge?
That's a question for MCSO. I don't know.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I am currently in a sober living treatment because of my alcohol, and I was there, and yesterday was just, I got caught.
And is that in Maricopa County?
Yeah.
He's not planning on anything else involved.
So they will?
Yes.
Okay, so what this officer is telling me is that you don't have any other current Maricopa or other court holds on your card, so that means Navajo County will come get you. So if you don't post that bond, you'll stay in MCSO custody until Navajo County comes to get you.
Okay.
Navajo County will come get you, take you to that court hearing, and then what will happen from that hearing forward will be up to the judge you see in Navajo County on the 9th.
Okay, yeah, that was the only question, because
Okay.
like I said, I don't have a right to go back up, so.
Okay.
I have family out there, up north, but,
You might get lucky to pick up tomorrow.
oh, nice. That'd be nice.
That would be nice. Okay, anything else, Mr. K?
Oh, no, that was the only
All right,
question I had.
thank you. You
Yeah,
can sit back
thanks.
and get your paperwork.
And you gotta say no third.
Philip Hampson, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Christopher Solis, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Philip Joseph Hampson, 12/28/66.
Thank you, Mr. Hampson. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3 and 5. I have appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment hearing. It will take place October 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Hampson. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Kevin Smith, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Anthony Perkins, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Good morning. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Kevin Smith, 1999, October 30th.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. You are here on a failure to comply with court terms warrant. It looks like it was issued by the Peoria Municipal Court in a misdemeanor driving under the influence case. I don't know whether you have a court-appointed lawyer in that case or not. If you do, the lawyer that was appointed by the Peoria judge will stay on and defend you. If you don't have a court-appointed lawyer yet, you're entitled to one at a minimum for purposes of release conditions. So if you don't have a lawyer, one will be appointed by the Peoria judge at your next court hearing. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing October 9th. It will be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria Municipal Court. On that warrant, you have a $50 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And if you don't have a valid driver's license, you would not be able to operate a motor vehicle upon release. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. You can step back and get your paperwork. Christopher Solis, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Adon Munoz Castro, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Christopher Daniel Solis, 4/19/77.
Thank you, Mr. Solis. You are here on an arrest warrant that was issued after a direct complaint was filed. A direct complaint is a written document that alleges a new allegation against you. The allegation in that direct complaint is 1 count of dangerous drug possession. It's a class 4 felony that is alleged to have been committed December 24th of 2024. I did appoint a lawyer to defend you in that case. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 21st, and then you will have a preliminary hearing 2 days later on October 23rd. Both the 21st and the 23rd, your hearings will be at 8:30 in the morning, and they'll be in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you would get out of custody today. You would not be required to post a bond. Once you are out of custody, first, you would be responsible for getting yourself to your hearings on the 21st and the 23rd. Once you're out of custody, you would also be required to contact pretrial services. Their contact information will be given to you in a little packet that you get with your release paperwork. So make sure you keep the paperwork that has your court dates and that little packet with pretrial's information,
Okay.
so you can give them a call once you get out. Once you're out of custody, you are prohibited from possessing any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand all those conditions, Mr. Solis, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and gather your paperwork.
Thank you.
Anthony Perkins, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Andreas Atcity, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Anthony Perkins, 3274.
Thank you, Mr. Perkins. You are here on an arrest warrant that was issued after a direct complaint was filed. A direct complaint, similar to what I told the last guy, is a written document that alleges new allegations against you. The allegations in the direct complaint against you are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. That direct complaint alleges both of those offenses were committed February 9th of 2025. I have appointed a lawyer to defend you against those allegations. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 21st and then a preliminary hearing October 23rd. They will both be at 8:30 in the morning, both in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance on that arrest warrant. That means you would get out of custody. You would not be required to post a bond. Once you are out of custody, you would be responsible for getting yourself to both of your hearings downtown. You would also be required not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription once you are out of custody. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Perkins, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Adon Munoz Castro, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Christian Figueroa, if you would please have a seat in the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Aiden Munoz Castro, 04/05/2004.
Thank you very much, Mr. Munoz Castro. I apologize for mispronouncing your first name.
That's okay.
Okay, you're here on a failure to appear warrant issued by the West McDowell Justice Court. The underlying allegation in that case looks like a misdemeanor criminal speeding allegation. Because that underlying allegation is a misdemeanor offense, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. That means if you want to have a lawyer defend you against that allegation, you will have to hire a lawyer at your own expense. Your next court hearing on this warrant will be an arraignment hearing. It is scheduled for October 14th. It will be at 1:30 in the afternoon in the West McDowell Justice Court. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, so you would get out of custody without having to post a bond, and then you would be responsible for getting yourself to the West McDowell Court October 14th at 1:30. Upon release from custody, you would also be ordered not to operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Munoz Castro, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if released without a bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Andreas Atcity, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Andreas Atcity, May 30th, 2003.
Thank you very much, Mr. Atcity. You are here on a failure to appear warrant issued by the Arrowhead Justice Court. The underlying allegation in that case is a misdemeanor allegation of having liquor in your body under the age of 21. I am not making any orders regarding your entitlement to a court-appointed lawyer in that case. If you already have a lawyer representing you, that lawyer will stay on and defend you. If you don't have a court-appointed lawyer but you think you're entitled to one, you will want to address that with the Arrowhead judge at your next court hearing.
Okay.
That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing. It will be October 21st at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to take place in the Arrowhead Justice Court. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. That means you would get out of custody and you would be responsible for getting yourself to the Arrowhead Justice Court October 21st at 2 o'clock. Upon your release from custody, you would be ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Atcity, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
How long am I gonna stay here?
Well, I don't know the answer to that. So on this warrant that I'm seeing you on, you are being released. So from here, you will go into the release process. Release could take several hours, but you would be released sometime probably early afternoon. But I don't know if MCSO has any other matters that you need to be seen or heard on. So On the warrant that I'm seeing you on, you're release eligible. It could be a matter of hours, but check with jail staff and see if there's any other reason that you would not be released.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Essity. You can step back and get your paperwork. Christian Figueroa, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Christian Figueroa, November 25th, 1988, sorry.
Thank you. No, that's okay, Mr. Figueroa. I appreciate it. Okay, you are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is one count of exceeding the posted speed by greater than 20 miles an hour. It is a Class 3 misdemeanor. Because that is a misdemeanor offense, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. If you want a lawyer to represent you against that allegation, you are entitled to one. You'll just have to hire one at your own expense. Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing, October 27th. It will be at 9:30 in the morning, and it'll take place in the Kyrene Justice Court. I am intending to release you on your own recognizance, so you would get out of custody, and then you would be responsible for getting yourself to the Kyrene Justice Court, October 27th at 9:30. Upon your release from custody, you would be ordered not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. You also could not operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. If you have a valid driver's license and you operate a motor vehicle, you must comply with all of the rules